So a couple of days ago, the highly anticipated fighting game Invincible Versus finally dropped. And while everyone was gassed for the first major official Invincible game, I was more interested in the story mode they were yapping about. They were advertising this thing like it was the next big thing, promising a brand new story that hasn't touched the TV show or comics. Now that it's been a few days, we need to look back at this original story and analyze it from the plot to the power scaling, because there's a lot of nonsense going on here. And look, this is probably not the end given that cliffhanger, but I'm getting ahead of myself. Ultimately, the story mode was not what I expected in the slightest. Like every other Invincible complaint, the power scaling is absolutely broken and confusing for seemingly no reason. This was written by a show writer and overseen by Robert Kirkman himself, so it's as official as it gets. But bro, it's a mess. To begin, I'm gonna summarize the whole thing so even if you haven't played it, you can see how wild this is. We'll get into the timeline and this broken power scaling in a bit. We get thrust right into the action with Mark fighting Omni-Man. Immediately, things are looking wrong. Nolan is in his white Viltrumite pajamas and Mark is actually putting up a fight. So this isn't season 1. But the issue is, Nolan isn't alone. He brought the whole squad, Anissa and Lucan. Rex Splode and Adam Eve show up to help, and they battle for a while. If I had to guess, this is a timeline where Nolan got captured and decided to rejoin the Viltrumites to invade Earth. But then, things glitch out. We're watching the Guardians of the Globe take on Powerplex, Titan, and Battle Beast. And look, things are incredibly wrong here. Duplicate of all people manages to defeat Battle Beast and leave him bloody on the ground. Battle Beast getting washed by Duplicate? The math is not mathing. Everything glitches again, and Powerplex is actually Rex Splode and Monster Girl is Omni-Man. Reality is literally breaking down. Mark starts switching costumes between yellow and black like he's glitching in a TikTok edit. We jump to another reality where Conquest and Anissa are about to launch a nuke. They're acting extremely weak and out of character, yapping about proving Viltrumites aren't weak. Since when do they care? And Conquest somehow doesn't instantly delete Robot in one hit. Mark finally realizes something is wrong. He tells Conquest to hit him as hard as he can before slamming his own head on the wall, shattering the illusion. It's just a giant geometric room. Mark is completely fine. Robot and Rex are there, but they think Mark is an enemy because they've got chips in their bodies making them hallucinate. Mark breaks the chips and Robot theorizes that whoever is holding them is just harvesting kinetic energy from their fighting. They find more characters in pods, a massive fight breaks out, and it turns out Lucan and Anissa are actually real this time. Once everyone is freed, they can escape. Even the Viltrumites can break the walls. Mark realizes Cecil is a fake and starts beating on him, revealing he's one of the technicians from the Invincible War. These guys are using heroes for an experiment to power something. They create another illusion and turn themselves into Anissa, Lucan, Nolan, Conquest, and Thola. The fight is amazingly animated, I'll give them that. Anissa calls them weak, but they say they have upgraded the Viltrumites with regeneration. The rest of the game is just fighting these fake Trumites until their regeneration runs out. Once they get overwhelmed, they teleport everyone back home, revealing they've set up machines to drain Earth's energy. So when does this take place? Short answer, it doesn't. Rex Splode completely breaks the game. In the Invincible War, Rex exploded. But here he is, alive and well, and Mark isn't even shocked. Then you've got Conquest there as a hologram, even though he shows up way after Rex died. Maybe the technicians just knew about him, but Mark knows who Conquest is. He treats him like he already knows him. This would mean early season 3 before the blue costume. But the blue costume shows up and Bulletproof tells Titan that Titan nearly got Mark killed 3 times, referring to season 1, 3, and 4. So this has to be after Rex's death. The only logical answer? Alternate timeline. The technicians didn't help Angstrom, the Invincible War never happened, and Rex survived. Scaling wise, nothing really changed. Bulletproof beating Battle Beast was just a fake, so it's fine. The regeneration was just hologram tech. Only the heavy hitters were putting them down. What I can't excuse is how genuinely stupid these technicians are. You captured Anissa, Mark, and Lucan, some of the strongest beings in existence, and you didn't think the brain chips could be physically damaged? And how did you find the Viltrumites but not know their personalities? You have tech that can withstand Viltrumite hits with 0 damage, but you let one of your own guys get trapped in the room? Pure ego. I don't get the plan. Fight forever? Wipe memories? It's not explained. I hope the follow-up explains what the these guys are actually doing. For a fighting game story, it was pretty okay. I'm just infinitely disappointed because the what if invasion they teased was infinitely more interesting than a confusing story about holograms and plot holes.
If you haven't, please subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to hit 200 subscribers. It'll really go a long way. Thank you.